All right, so our topic was how do we keep staff motivated now that the original startup excitement has passed? And I believe that the way you keep staff motivated is through, one of our other discussions was training and development. And then the other way you would keep staff motivated was through McClellan's motivation theory, which was a need for achievement, a need for affiliation, or a need for power, right? If you are able to identify what an employee is seeking from that company and what an employee needs to stay motivated, you know, there's that's a very much it makes it a lot easier to keep them on board and to keep them, you know, providing the best work for you. And I also think that training and development, like I said before, is something that we all need in order to stay motivated is because first off training and developing someone shows that you care as an organization. You want them to do the best they can, right? And then it also teaches them about the higher up positions in the organization or the positions that they might want in the future. And if you can train those people to be the best at the position they're at now, you can also train them later and start those trainers that you have, the people that are usually higher up, can train them for the job that they're doing now in order for them to take over later when that person inevitably retires, which leads to a higher retention strategy. Focusing on McClellan's motivation theory, everybody needs a sense of achievement, affiliation, or power, right? So I think for me personally, it would be in a sense of an achievement. I'm a very goal oriented person and I want to succeed. So a company that might want to keep me is going to want to, train and develop me and give me tasks that I can feel like I'm achieving in order to keep me motivated, right? And by showing that tasks, and I think one way to keep that kind of motivation is to show those tasks to other people, right? And within the company. I know that might breed competition, but competition isn't necessarily unhealthy within an organization, because if you're showing, results between employees, it's almost like, hey, this is like, the standard, and some people might not like that, but this might be the standard that this person's putting out, and this is why they might be getting a bonus this year that might be more than yours, or blah blah blah. You don't have to tell them all the bonus stuff, but I think providing that kind of stuff, that information, and showing the achievements that people, the hard work that people put in, and acknowledging it, or trying to bring cohesiveness for people that need, in a sense, for affiliation, um, is definitely something that a company can do rather easily. So, and then the last thing that I kind of wanted to touch on with ways to keep people motivated was through payments and bonuses and things along those lines. Just the real world. My dad was, getting bogged down by work recently last year, and his boss knew this, and his boss knows how much my dad does for him. My dad works for a construction company in San Diego, and he's the go-to number two guy. His boss is the owner, so my dad handles pretty much everything within the company. Um, And, my dad was like, oh, I don't know if I really want to keep doing all this work. But, my boss wrote him a huge bonus, and gave him a pay raise during Christmas time. So it's kind of like, it's you pick and choose how you want to motivate people. And money can be a huge motivating factor to keep people within a company and to keep them doing their best work. And my dad is excited for, his bonus this year because he knows how much he got last year. So it's something to think about as a company or an organization. Thanks for your time.